We are looking at server maintenance page 1. I'm going to try and make a new goal for myself today. And I've been taking the last few days off to catch up on some personal things. So I need to make more of a commitment to get more of these videos done so I can make my way through this book. So, we're talking about like that 1% every day. I got to try and do like one little section every day, at least one little section. And if I can get more than that done, that's awesome. But that also means if I'm doing one a day, that means I got to get 7 done per week. And if I'm at least doing like the Pareto principle, I really need to get at least 6 out of 7 done. So anyway, we got to make some progress. Let's do some catching up. Talk about maintenance. Let's look for some keywords in here. We got service level agreement. There's a contract between a provider and a consumer. Expected levels of service. That sounds kind of important. Yeah. And come on, that's it. There we go. Did I just lose that much? Damn it. This program's being slow today. It's always pretty slow when I first fire it up. A contract between a providor, and a consumer, stating expected levels of service. And we should be familiar with that because that was also both in Network Plus and Security Plus. So that was in both. Okay, so let's look for our next. We got details about uptime and response time, maintenance tasks such as applying patches, firmware, ensuring the server complies with organizational configuration settings. Require continual attention, so just because the server is installed and configured doesn't mean the work is complete. Okay, let's just make a note of that. That's shorter. Oops. Okay, sounds important. Your approach to these tasks will differ in a small company with a handful of servers compared to a large company. Okay. So your approach to these tasks will differ. Okay. You'll also need a way to connect remotely to servers through either a software or a hardware solution. Okay. Okay. Let's line that up. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a page 2. Let's come on, copy this. Duplicate and come up here. Gotta page 2. And get ready to take some more notes. Okay, so one way to ensure server uptime is to configure failover clustering. Okay. One way to ensure server uptime. Okay, and that involves at least 2 server nodes working together to provide the same service. That's kind of important. Okay. So if one cluster node if one cluster node fails, users are automatically switched over to the service running on the remaining node. Network load balancing in LB What is network load balancing? Can be used to achieve optimal network performance. How so? Okay. Such as for a busy website. It does this by distributing incoming traffic to the least busy backend server. Oops, that's not right. Incoming traffic. Okay, network load balancing can be used to achieve optimal network performance by distributing incoming traffic to the least busy backend server. Does that make sense? Okay, hosting the website. So I guess it should be a given, but we'll put it in there just to be specific. Okay. Put in there just to be specific. Okay. In case the public cloud computing failover and load balancing, is often enabled with minimal effort, and sometimes can be automatically enabled. So failover and load balancing can be configured to be automatically enabled. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so that's where we are. And and it says it's often enabled with minimal effort. So what does that mean? That means like if you need it to happen fast or something, it'll like send you an alert to your phone, and you can just push a button, and like that's it. It'll activate. everything is, through APIs. So it's that means it's good stuff. It's very responsive. Okay, and our next let's make our next slide. When we come back, we are going to get into our next topic, and that's called server management. And so let's just go ahead and go to page 1, ready for that. But not a page 12. Goofball. All right, and let's get ready. Our next, when we come back in a few minutes, we're going to do server management. See you then.